Hi friends, I hope everyone are safe. So let's talk about how do we copy files from local machine to storage account, and again after that we'll be copying those files from one storage account to the another storage account. So this will be accomplished through PowerShell and AZ copy. You can find my script in this Git repository. You can either use Git clone or you can fork the particular repository. Yeah, if at all you wanted to have one similar repository in your GitHub, you can use the fork, or you can actually use the Git clone. So before I jump into the script, please subscribe to my channel, and you can always leave your feedback in the comment section, and you can always request for specific demos, and I'll definitely do come up with a video on it in 1 to 2 weeks. So here is the script where I'm just initializing the resource group name. Then I'm creating a new resource group with the new hyphen az resource group command, where I have to mention the name of the resource group and the location where I'm creating the resource group. Then I'm creating a storage account with the command new hyphen az storage account, where you have to provide which resource group you wanted to create and what is the storage name. It has to be very unique, and this is a unique name. The location where I'm creating is in East US. The SKU is, you can actually provide the SKU name or it will take a default SKU name. The kind which I'm providing is storage v2, and here I mentioned standard ZRS, which is zone redundant service. So again I'm creating another resource group name with stc AC009. The after that, but I'm here, the difference is I'm running this as just like a command, and here I'm running it as a job. If you see, this is the command. So you'll see what is the difference between running this command and the second command. Then I'll be taking the account details, so you can get that account details which you are where you have been logged in through get hyphen az context. So when you, after this, if at all you wanted to use AZ copy, you have to log into that particular account. So if at all you have any issues while logging in, it's recommended to use the tenant ID. So I get the tenant ID from the context, uh, account context. So uh, from there I'll go to the tenant, and then I'll request for that particular ID, and it gives me the tenant ID. So that's how I log in, and I'll show you how I'm logging in. Then you will be requesting for the specific storage account details. So that command is get hyphen storage az storage account. Using that particular storage account name, you are getting that storage account details, and you're storing it in this particular variable. Similarly, the second storage account, I'm saving it in this variable. Then I'm requesting for a SAS token. So here I'm requesting for a SAS token. You can request for a specific service. Here I'm requesting for every service which is there in that particular storage account, which is blob, files, table, queue, and I'm requesting for every permission. So each permission, the permission can be related to the particular service type. So if at all, if you see for queue, the store usually U and P is the permission where we have to assign for the service, where one is U notifies its update, and P update mentions it's like describes as process, whereas R is for read, and A is for add, C is for create, the W is for write, D is for delete, and L is for list. So when you wanted to create a SAS token, you also have to request for this SAS token for what storage account you wanted to create. So you will be getting the context from this variable. When you actually request for the details of the storage account, you will also get the context of the storage account, and you can get it from this way. Okay, and similarly, I'm generating a SAS token for the second storage account. Then I'm creating a container in that first storage account. So for to create a container, you can use the command new hyphen az storage container, and you have to provide the container name whatever you wanted to create, and the storage account details context you have to provide. And I'm giving the permission as container. If you don't give the permission as container, it's gonna go as off as default. The only the owner can actually go and access it. So whoever is actually in fact is having the uh, owner access can go and do it. Then I'm using az copy, and space the copy, and I'm copying the files from a local machine to the storage account, where you would have to provide the I'm copying it to a blob endpoint. It's a blob with container name, and then I'm giving the SAS key. So what is this hyphen hyphen recursive? It will go to the subfolders and it will even look for the files, and even those files and folders will be copied. That's the recursive meaning. So there are other things like hyphen hyphen blob type, where it you can actually here default, when you don't provide a blob type, it will take it as detect. So it will, based on that particular file, it will actually go and provide that particular it will save it in that particular container, those files. So it's one way of using AZ copy. So you can actually go in detail with the Microsoft Docs and understand what are the more parameters in AZ copy. So then I'm actually copying from one storage account, I'm copying those files to another storage account. So there is another way to actually give the storage account. If you see, I use the storage blob endpoint, which is nothing but the same way, where what changes here is the storage name. Even you can actually change it that way. So instead of using this blob endpoint, you can actually write storage account name dollar storage account name, so instead of hard coding it. So even that works, and I'm just using the recursive. So after that, I'm just deleting all the resources. So I'm getting all the resource details and then passing it in for each, where I'm actually passing it as job. So it's one of the fastest ways to delete the resource than just deleting it one by one. So let's start executing it. So I have initialized the variable, then I'm creating a resource group with US and it has been succeeded. Then I'm creating a resource group. So here I'm not running it as a job, and just running it as a command. So you see it's going to take certain time. So it took around 20 30 seconds, 25 seconds to create a storage account. Let's use this command as a job and we'll see how much time is. It would be taking the same time, but I'm running it as a job, so it will run behind. So I can do other things where I'll get the context details. So that's the difference of running it as a job. So even previously I have waited for this to be created, but instead of me waiting, I can actually run other things as it is running behind. So here I'm actually logging into my particular account. So it is asking to enter those. You go to your browser and mention those details. You have to provide this code. It will request for the code. Then you can actually sign into the account which you have provided, and say login is succeeded. Then the next thing is you have to request for the account the storage account details. Now if you see what is storage account details, so here there are the storage account details. It has been created. Let's get the storage account details of the other resource storage account also. So a storage account has not yet been created. So once I look into that particular job, what is the issue? So it was saying that the location is not valid. So let me, in fact, for the ease of going and running it, let me actually create it in EastUS. You can always get the job details from using receive job, which will provide the status of what is happening. So it was actually, so we can wait till the job also get completed. So for that the command is wait job, and we are saying for that particular ID we'll wait till that it's been completed. So it is mentioned the status has been completed here. Previously it was running. So we can actually uh, request for what happened, what was the success message and everything. Now you see the success message here. It is mentioned as storage account has been succeeded. So now let's go and we have got the context details. So yeah, we are waiting for the other one. So I got the storage account details of the second one. I got the storage account details of the first one, and I have to generate a SAS key for it. So I have generated the SAS token for the first storage account and the second storage account. So let's go and create a container. So for that, let's use one specific container name, which is scripts. So under the scripts, under this storage account with the name of scripts, there will be a storage container which will be created. So here the container has been created in this storage account. So if you see, there is a scripts container there. Now using the AZ copy, I'm copying all the scripts which are there here inside to this particular container. So for that, I just use this command AZ copy, and I'm just provided the blob endpoint and then the container name, which is scripts, and then the SAS key. Now you see the number of transfers has been completed. If at all it's been failed, you would have got here. Would have been skipped, you would have got here. You can even do the skipping part. So you have to just mention the necessary parameters for the DZ copy. So let's go and refresh and check it. So you see the run commands here. So all the files which are there. So that's how you can actually copy those from your local machine to the blobs. So you can again do the same thing where you are actually copying from one storage account. You can copy to the other storage account. But if you see here, I provide the container name, but I haven't provided the container name here. So it will assume that it will detect that okay, you wanted to create a container and it will create it. But if at all you are just running it normally without in the first command, if you are not providing it as the container name and everything, it doesn't know that you are passing the files to a container. So it will throw an error. The AZ copy will throw an error. So that's the reason why I first initially created a container. Then I was able to when I mentioned the container name, it was able to detect that okay, you are actually copying the files to one particular blob. But in case if at all you are doing it without providing this command, it is gonna fail. You can use even the AZ copy make command to create a container. But yeah, I'm just saying you all the cases. So I'm copying from one storage account uh, to another storage account. Now, if you see info and empty folder will not be processed, but still it was able to detect that it is a container. So yeah, and it's still able to do it, and it has successfully completed it. So let's go to storage 009 and check the storage containers. Now, if you see, that is the scripts which are there here. I hope this helps. Thank you.